Does hope in the fight against climate change help us move forward, or does it bind us to inaction? Hi, I'm Anastasija, a climate psychologist and master coach. Join me in this exploration of the double-edged sword of hope in the context of climate change. On the one hand, hope inspires action, fueling movements and innovations aimed at mitigating the effects of a warming planet. It galvanizes communities, policymakers, and scientists to collaborate towards sustainable solutions. But on the other hand, there is an opinion that hope might lead to complacency, where the belief in a brighter future dampens the urgency required for immediate action. I studied a lot of research and scientific articles when I was preparing for this video to understand what hope is. When did we start chatting about it? And the answer surprisingly came from a place I least expected, an ancient myth handed down by Zeus himself. Yes, you heard that right. Back in the early days when Zeus ruled, he wasn't exactly the forgive and forget type. Annoyed with humanity, he decided a little divine punishment was in order. That's why the gods created women. The first woman was named Pandora, crafted by the divine hands of the gods. She was the complete package, stunning, smart, charming, and curious. Zeus, in his infinite wisdom, handed her a jar, often mistakenly translated as box, with a strict instruction: do not open it. Now, if history or mythology teaches us anything, it's that telling someone not to do something is like inviting them to do exactly that. The gods, it seems, were the original psychologists, understanding all too well that the human brain has a knack for ignoring the word not. Imagine if Zeus had simply said, "Keep it closed, Pandora." Maybe we'd live in a world without the woes she unleashed. But no, he had to make it tempting. And just like Eve couldn't resist the apple, Pandora's curiosity eventually hit its peak. What's the worst that could happen, she wondered, cracking open the lid. Out spilled all the evils imaginable: disease, grief, the dread of tax season, the struggle with weight, and I guess the looming climate crisis. Yet amidst this Pandora's jar of calamities, there lay hope, snug at the bottom, secured by Pandora's quick thinking to close the lid just in time. She left us with a beacon of light in the darkness of despair. This myth leaves us pondering whether hope was one of the evils put in the jar or the only gift that helps us to cope with evil. In order to answer this question, I propose to turn to modern science. Now I will tell you what is known about hope by this day. Snyder is the most famous hope researcher to come up with a theory. According to Snyder's hope theory, individuals who are hopeful have the ability to set clear goals, goal thinking, develop strategies to achieve those goals, pathways thinking, and motivate themselves to use those strategies, agency thinking. This theory suggests that hope involves both a willpower component, wanting and desiring an outcome, and a way power component, perceiving one or more pathways to achieve an outcome. You see, hope is not something abstract. Oh well, let's hope the best. No, it's focused on specific things in the context of the situation. I have some vision, I see the path to my goal, and I'm making efforts to achieve my goal. Charles Richard Snyder. A rainbow is a prism that sends shards of multicolored light in various directions. It lifts our spirits and makes us think of what is possible. Hope is the same, a personal rainbow of the mind. This perspective of hope, especially in the context of climate change, positions it as a powerful cognitive and motivational system. It not only fuels our aspirations for a sustainable future, but also activates the necessary energy and strategies for achieving environmental goals. How do you think the research supports this idea? The research and discussions around the concept of hope reveal both its empowering and potentially negative influences. While hope can serve as a motivational force, driving individuals towards achieving their goals and coping with adversity, it can also have unintended negative consequences. One critical downside of hope is that it may prevent individuals from preparing for negative outcomes. In certain situations, a realistic acceptance of probable outcomes may be more beneficial than clinging to hope. Moreover, hope can sometimes act as a form of passive wishing rather than encouraging proactive action. This passive stance can lead to moral cowardice, where individuals rely on hope alone to bring about change without taking necessary actions. Such a perspective can result in relinquishing personal power and control over situations, potentially diminishing motivation to confront challenges directly. False hope, in particular, is identified as a self-deceptive tool. It can lead individuals to hold on to beliefs or expectations with no substantial basis in reality, ultimately leading to disappointment or worse outcomes. And these outcomes are commonly observed in climate activism. By not taking full responsibility and hoping for issues to resolve on their own, we risk harm and miss the chance to engage in addressing challenges that matter to us. This type of hope I call hopium. Consider two pills, hope and hopium. It's crucial to distinguish between them. Hopium for copium, but only hope can help us to cope. If Zeus intended hope to be a punishment, then it's hopium that lies at the bottom of the jar. Research shows that hope can either inspire or discourage actions against climate change. A meta-analysis of 46 studies found that hope generally increases climate engagement, particularly when focused on personal action potential. However, hope based on the belief that climate change isn't an issue leads to lower engagement. So, don't mix the pills. Positive psychology, focusing on individual strengths and potentials, positions hope as a central element of well-being and happiness. Hope is seen as a protective factor that can enhance resilience, contribute to recovery from illness, and improve life satisfaction by fostering positive outlooks and coping strategies. Hope and action are two sides of the same coin, especially in facing the unpredictable nature of climate change. Leaning solely on a problem-solving approach can leave us feeling stuck and stressed when things don't go as planned. It's like running in circles, getting nowhere but more overwhelmed. Positive psychology teaches us to add emotions-focused strategies in managing difficult, stressful tasks. By embracing our feelings and aligning our efforts with our values and community, we can make meaningful progress. Instead of feeling helpless against the vastness of the climate crisis, we focus on what we can do and cherish our contribution to what matters most to us. This way, we move forward, not in circles, but towards a future we help shape with hope and action. As Albert Einstein once said, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow." The important thing is not to stop questioning. We will continue questioning and explore our feelings about the climate crisis in future videos. Subscribe to the channel on Instagram so you don't miss out. See you soon!